Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 26, 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh, right here. We have the Page of Swords reversed. Interesting. And that's our crowning card, angels and spirit guides. We then have the Four of Wands. We have the Six of Swords reversed, angels and spirit guides. We have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Interesting reading here. So we are going to be a student during this time, and yet it's an unwilling student. So the Swords energy, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you have these signs in your chart, okay, you're going to find that certain aspects of your personality are teaching you things, like certain aspects wherever the air sign energy falls in your natal chart is teaching you a lot more than maybe you want to learn right now. So just being aware of this. Also, if you have air sign energies in your life, they're going to be teaching you certain things about yourself, showing you certain things that, again, we're kind of unwilling students of during this time. It's like, oh, do I really need to learn this? Like, is now really the time? And it is going to be, because you're going to see with the Ace of Pentacles that there's a lot of prosperity, a lot of gifts, a lot of bounty coming your way. With the Emperor in the upright position, this is very much a sense of having a close relationship with Aries energies. Now, it can be that you have Aries energies in your life and you're really connecting with them. It can also be that Aries in your chart, okay, is just being a powerhouse right now. It's moving you forward. Scorpio, it's like determination, focus, insight. We also have Aries in the planetary alignments during this time, and that's going to come through very, very strongly in your personality right now as well. There's real sense of determination, focus, insight. Now, it's interesting that the two sixes are reversed, especially with a Cancer full moon. So Cancer is a very nurturing, mothering, energy. It's kind of like, wrap you in a nice warm blanket and sit down with a hot cup of cocoa type of moon. But here, with the reverse of the number six twice, six is a nurturing number. And we're going to see that it's going to be a little bit harder for ourselves during this time to nurture ourselves. We can go, we can conquer, we can achieve, we can succeed. But nurturing ourselves is going to be a little bit difficult. We can feel like things aren't as balanced as they need to be. And it can kind of be that feeling of, well, once everything is in balance, once everything is harmonized, once everything is done, then I can calm down. Like, then I can center and focus on myself. And I did feel that energy when I was meditating and, contemplating, shuffling the cards beforehand. There was this speed. It was like, I need to get done, I need to get done. And I was like, why? Why am I rushing? Like, calm down, center yourself. And I had to stop and I had to just breathe. And you're going to find that during this time, Scorpio, that you have to stop and you have to just breathe. There's going to be a sense of panicking. It's like rushing. What are you rushing for? Why? So just remember, during this time, it's better, slow and steady is going to be better. It's going to take that chaos away. With the Six of Swords, there's a release of apprehension that we have, but there can be a sense of, am I moving forward in the right direction? Like, do I even know what I want? Now I'm questioning everything. You're going to have really clear insight. There's something that you are devoted to during this time that's coming forward. And it's like, oh, this is it. And it's going to be just it's not going to be a revelation that comes and it's like angel sings and bells rings and like, there are fireworks in the sky type of thing. It's going to be something that's very quiet, but it's very powerful. It's like, oh, this is it, right? This was the reason. And that becomes the sense of, this is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. And all the chaos, it's like, I don't need that. I don't need that, nor do I want it. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested to enter to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below. A winner will be announced on the 1st of January. So good luck to everyone. It will be in a separate video, so don't be scammed. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. So let's see what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides. Here we have Wish. Wish is reversed, and that makes sense. My voice wavered on that. It's like a little bit of sorrow is here, a little bit of like doubt. And when we have Wish reversed, it's like, I'm not going to get what I wish for, am I? It's hard work, it's determination, it's focus, it's insight. But the wish that I have, the wish of my soul, that's not something that I'm going to be looking at. And Spirit's like, why are you giving up? Why are you giving up on yourself? We may not have things the way that we envisioned them when we were 15 years old and setting out on this great big plan of our world, but it comes forward differently. Remember the heart of your dreams and your desires, so we can turn that wish right side up, so that we can have the power leading us forward. It brings us then to our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is rebirth reverse. Now it's interesting, Scorpio, that we have the Earth Star Chakra reverse, because we are all about being reborn. The death card in the major arcana represents us. We're the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. There's a sense that we're stepping into a new version of ourselves, which we are one for recreation. That's just part of who a Scorpio is. But we're resistant of this for one reason or another. And so connecting with the Earth Star Chakra, grounding ourselves and letting ourselves be reborn, letting ourselves look at things differently, letting ourselves, have, it's a level of change washing over us that's different than what we had dealt with in the past, and stepping forward. And there's just a sense of knowing during this time. And so we're releasing fear, but we're understanding ourselves more and more. So rebirth, it's reversed because we don't want to. We don't want to. We're like, no, I'm okay right now. And Spirit's like, are you sure? Because there's more out here than meets the eye. And this is a time to embrace our change and to embrace our power. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. And this is the 10 of Wands. Be mindful. We tend to carry too much. We have too much on our shoulders. There's too much that we're going after. And Spirit is saying here, be mindful. You're going to put too much on you, and then you're not going to enjoy any of it. There's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then if you don't do it, you're going to be like, wow, I just let people down, right? I never keep my word, and I never follow through. And it's like, no, you follow through. You just put too much on your shoulders. So stop it. Stop it. Okay? You're going to see that especially where there's air sign energy in your chart here as well. You put too much on your shoulders. There's this idea of it, right? And that's beautiful. But the idea has to be made into reality. So don't pile it on. It's also looking at everything that you're carrying. And it's like, how can I start to bring this forward into the waking world? So I'm not carrying it. I'm not weighed down by it. It's not overburdening me. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be rather revolutionary for us. It's going to be like, oh, wow. Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm piling more on my back, right? And when we're not at almost breaking point, right? We're not like that close away from breaking point. We're like, oh, wow, look at all that space I have. Look at all the free time. I can do more. I can do more. So just be mindful about that, Scorpio, because being this far away from breaking point, not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Trying to get that to see shoot straight. There you go. That's not good. That's not enough. That's not any space. That's not enough. So just be mindful about that. So let's talk about this moon, astrologically speaking. And let's talk about it in alignment with what the tarot is saying here. So we have the full moon at 4 degrees, 58 minutes of Cancer. The sun is also at 4 degrees, 58 minutes of Capricorn. These are sister signs, right? So they bring out the best in each other. They bring out the worst in each other. So that always brings a beautiful dichotomy forward. We can find that we feel more comfortable at night or we feel more comfortable during the day. It just depends on how this energy builds in our lives and how we're receiving it. This is the third full moon in a series of 6 full moons that brings a strong sense of completion. So be aware of that. There's a strong sense of ending, new beginnings, the repeat again of the number 6 reverse during this time of completion. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. What you're devoted to is always going to trump, always going to come first before yourself. And Spirit's like, balance it out. We have to balance it out. This moon is ruled by Cancer, right? And this brings forward sensitivity, sympathy, empathy. It brings forward caring and coziness. Again, it's like being wrapped in a nice warm blanket with a cup of hot cocoa in front of the fire. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's being like, it's laying out on the beach with the sun shining down on you and just this beautiful like light breeze so that it's not too hot and it's not cold and it's just wonderful. That's what this time is like. Like that's what this moon is like in Cancer. It just feels so at home there and it is so beautiful. But we have a strong need also to feel nurtured during this time. We're going to take care of everyone, but we also need to feel taken care of. That's going to be one of the places we have difficulty in. And if you want to dive deeper into the astrology of this all, I highly recommend Pam Gregory's site here on YouTube. Check her out. I have her linked in the description box below. The, the moon is our emotional needs and our emotional security. That's all what Cancer is about. The sun is our, economic needs, our financial security. That's what Capricorn is about. So we can find that the moon and the sun, well, they're on point during this time. They're aligning with their goals and what needs to be done and how we need to do it. During this time, though, we're asking a lot of questions and we're not finding as many answers. With the Page of Swords reversed, there's a sense of, am I listening to the inner child within me? Am I listening to the story that I built around me as I was growing? Yes, our vocabulary is quite different than that of spirit, right? We have limited words, limited ways of seeing things, and it can expand and grow. So don't box yourself in. That's going to be very important. But what was the story? What did you desire? How are you opening up the door? What are you looking for during this time? That's going to be really important. Talking to your inner child. Your inner child is like one of those little kids that loves to talk, right? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, be quiet. And they're like, oh, I was quiet for so long. It was 3 seconds, type of deal. You stop listening. You stop listening because there's just endless chatter. And that's how we feel with our inner child. It's like, oh my gosh, could you just stop talking? I need to get things done. And our inner child is feeling like nobody ever listens to me. So if you could do a meditation of just letting the emotions of your inner child, not the voice, you don't need to let the voice, but the emotions of the inner child come over you. And then connect, say, bring it to me in pictures, right? Connecting that way, that's going to be very powerful for us because it will give us an understanding of where we're coming from emotionally, inwardly, how we're feeling during this time. And it will help us build forward. It'll help us move forward. So there are 3 powerful sextiles during this full moon. There's the Sun sextile Saturn in Pisces. There is Saturn sextile Jupiter in Taurus. And there's Jupiter sextile the full moon in Capricorn. In Cancer. I do apologize. In Cancer. And these bring opportunities. Opportunities are coming forward to us like nobody's business. Very much that sense of the Ace of Pentacles. A gift is being laid on our doorstep. And what we're going to see here is that there's spontaneous energy involved. There's really determination coming forward, and there's a sense of great potential for our future coming forward. There's something here. There's something that we are going after, that we're achieving at, that we're succeeding at, that's building up our future. So very much the Emperor energy of I can see things 3D, right? I can look at the different waves and understandings and everything and kind of put the puzzle together in a way that before it just would have confused me. So that's going to be really cool for us during this time, Scorpio. We're going to see that power move forward. We're going to see us move forward in it. Now, there's also a sense here of expansion and caution coming together. We are expanding, we are moving outward, but Spirit's saying here, hey, don't be reckless. And so with the 6 of Swords reverse, we have that reckless side to us. We like, oh, I can push forward. I can keep on pushing forward. I can keep on going after this. I don't have to slow down. And Spirit's like, you do. You have a brake pedal for a reason, right? In a car, you need to slow down. It's important. So we need to keep that balance of speed and of, acceleration and deceleration. Is that the word? I don't know. It is now. And slowing down to come together. So just being aware of this is going to be really important. The Sun is trine Jupiter, which is expanding our vision. And it's also connecting us with a higher consciousness. So that's going to be really good. We're also looking at what we're devoted to during this time, expanding our higher consciousness. Okay, what's important to me? And it's kind of like write it down simple. Confucius said, name it simply. Like, let it be known in the name what it is, type of thing. Don't make it too confusing. And that's going to be something that's very important for us here. Have it be simple. Let it be simple. We're going to think, oh, simple is boring or plain or, it's not witty enough or catchy enough. And it's like, no, but people will remember it. So let it be simple. Capricorn is conjunct one of the 4 royal stars of Persia. And this is cool. We've talked about this before. This is really powerful energy coming forward. All right. The star of Persia is Fomalhaut. Now, Fomalhaut is at 3 degrees of Pisces, and it moves 1 degree every 72 years. So it's with us for a very, very long time. Fomalhaut is linked to the Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God, the spokesperson of God, the spiritual teacher. So it's beautiful energy connecting us with an archangel. Again, gifts coming forward. And we're seeing our power, we're seeing ourselves, but also remember, Fomalhaut is also linked to serpents and dragons. And in Persian tradition, those represent demons. So we have the archangel coming through, superpower, right? And then we have, archangel, high energy vibration, highest energy vibration almost. And then we have the demons, lowest energy vibration. Now, whether we believe in demons or not, that's irrelevant. It's the low energy vibration of the world that's coming forward. So we have times where we can have, just this profound sense of elevation of self, of a power of understanding, but we can have a darkness try to wash over us, try to take that away from us. So do be mindful about that, Scorpio, because we live in a veil between worlds, right? Between the conscious world and the waking world. And so we don't want to be pulled down. We don't. And sometimes it can feel like, I don't want to say like there's a target on our back, but because we can see things more clearly, we have this way of looking at things with an openness or a sense that there is not all good and there is not all evil type of thing to us, that it can make the lower energy vibration think, oh, I have a place here. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. So just be aware of this during this time. Okay? Jupiter is at 5 degrees of Taurus, and this is us taking another step forward in our finances, very much embracing that Emperor energy of I'm going after what I need, I'm going after what I want. But now we're really stepping into that Emperor energy as the North Lunar Node stays in Aries from now until the end of 2024. And this energy is powerful. This energy defines all of 2024. We are becoming strong. We're becoming stronger, right? We're becoming resilient. We are becoming more self-sufficient. We are breaking new grounds for ourselves. We are breaking new grounds for ourselves. And what does this mean? I know some of you are saying, I don't want to be stronger. I felt the same exact way. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be stronger right now. I've been through a lot. And here it's like, you haven't broken. Or even if you have broken, you've pulled yourself back together. And that's what life is about. And I thought, okay, fair. Okay, fair. That's fine. Thank you. Type of deal. So with the emperor coming in, it's like, what makes a great emperor? We remember Nero, right? He played his fiddle as Rome burned. Heck, there are even stories that go around that say he burnt half of Rome so that he could expand his palace. And maybe he did. Maybe he did burn half of Rome to expand his own pleasure and his own wealth. And isn't that disgusting? Do we want to be Nero, or do we want to be Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics? And it's not saying to adopt Stoicism and do all of that, but it is saying here, we have a choice. We do have a choice when it comes to the emperor, and it's to be the tyrant or the benevolent. And choose the benevolent, aim for the benevolent, and we can get close, right? So here, when we have this energy coming in, this energy of strength, this energy of resilience, this energy of focus, this energy of, I can do this, this groundbreaking energy for us. We're really stepping into the power of, I know who I am. I know who I am. And that's going to be really interesting because we've been forged throughout all of 2023. Heck, even before, everything that we've been through has been forging us. We've been through our crucibles. But I know who I am. It moves us then to connect with the power of Chiron. Chiron is stationary during this time. Wherever Chiron is in our natal chart, that is where our original wound is. Okay? The imbalance. The way that we think, okay, if I just keep on forcing things forward, I'll be able to get there. The wound, think of Achilles dipped in the river Styx, right? He was held by the back of his ankle. That's your Achilles tendons. That's what it's named for. All right. And it was his one weak spot. It was the only place he could be harmed. This is our one weak spot. And throughout life is that wound that is constantly built off of, gone after. It starts to shatter and shatter and shatter us. So just be aware of this, because what is meant to come out of that original wound is our power, is our determination. That's the emperor. That's sacred masculine energy coming forward at its very best. It's determination, it's focus, it's insight. It's, I know I stand when I should have crumbled. And I know there's power within me. And I'm not crumbling. And even if I have crumbled, I didn't stay there forever. There are people, I always look at Miss Havisham in Great Expectations. I always say Mrs., but it's Miss Havisham. And she wore her wedding dress, the wedding dress that she was jilted at the altar in, until she passed away because it was made out of crinoline, went up in flames because it was highly, highly flammable. That's how one of Oscar Wilde's sisters passed away. So, she stayed in that dress. She didn't live just a little bit longer. She stayed in that dress for decades in her humiliation and despair. That's not us. There's power here, and that's what we're embracing. We are embracing our power, and we are moving from the victim consciousness into the resilient, powerful brilliant consciousness of us. It moves us then to the sun conjunct the dwarf planet Ixion, which is at 4 degrees of Capricorn. And Ixion wants us to develop our authority and follow our bliss. What are you devoted to? What do you love? What makes you happy? Where's the beauty there? It is also helping us find joy in simplicity. It's not about the complex anymore. Make it simple. Make it simple, make it beautiful. It is also asking us, are the rules that we are playing by, the rules that we want to play by, are they right for us? Are we even playing the right game for us? When wish is reversed, there can also be a sense that we have gone against our deepest soul's wish. What do we want? Why are we here? You might find yourself asking yourself some really big questions as the spotlight of this full moon shines down on us. Mercury is squared Neptune. If you are an artist, if you do anything remotely creative, even like just creative thinking, and you're a scientist and you're like breaking new grounds and you're looking at things, and you're like, but what about utilizing this aspect for this? This is for you, okay? This is fantastic for artists. It is that grit that makes the oyster. Not that makes the oyster. It is the grit in the oyster that makes the pearl. There we go. That is better. It is the grit in the oyster that makes the pearl. It's that annoyance. And it's something that seems worthless. Because to an oyster, a pearl is worthless. It's just simply oyster snot, It's just funny. And so a bit of grit gets covered in mucus because it's bothering the heck out of that oyster. And then we see it and we're like, oh my gosh, it's a pearl. It's priceless. It's beautiful. So remember that energy. Remember that. There's something that we can think is super annoying to us. That's something that is super frustrating. It's going to become our pearl. It's going to become our beauty. Mercury is squared Mars. This we have to be mindful of. Everybody has to be mindful of this, okay? Be mindful of your words. Be mindful to take a breath, take a beat, take a step back before responding to things that get you upset, that get you kind of fired up, because it's going to be too much, right? Everybody will have a tendency during this time to fly off the handle, okay? Out of balance coming forward. That sense of not listening, not being the student of our words, like kind of letting our words fly forward with the page of swords reversed. So just be mindful about this. All right. We can be very, very biting with our words, but we can also be quick-witted, sharp-minded, and also really enthusiastic. So being aware of this is going to be important. Now, Pluto is squared the South Lunar Node, and this is a big deal. So for all of 2023, Pluto has been squared the South Lunar Node. And this has been a time for us to choose love or fear, victim or victor. And we might have vacillated between both, we might have vacillated between love and fear. Lord knows I have, victim and victor. Lord knows I've been there. And it's time to step out and say, I choose love. I choose victory. I'm choosing me. And that's a big thing about this moon. As it cuddles us close and it's cozy and warm and lovely, it's saying, choose you and see yourself, Scorpio. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Interesting. So we have focus. I love that rebirth has the butterfly here. I don't know if you can see it. Right there, the butterfly, right? That was reversed. So it's like we're not seeing the transformation, or at least the fragility also of the transformation of us. And here we have focus with the butterfly right over her third eye. So there's a sense here that the moon is bringing us focus, even if we don't see it and we don't connect with it instantaneously. And it says reverse, nothing is yet set in stone. So it's to release the notion that it's set in stone, that it has to be this way. And so Spirit is saying here, hey, listen, focus, open up your third eye, open up your sixth sense. Nothing is yet set in stone. You're acting like something already is. You're acting like something has already happened and it hasn't. So stop. Excuse me. It leads us then to hold to your vision, surrender. Surrender to the power of the moon, hold to your vision, hold to what you desire, hold to what you want. And release. It's like, what are you devoted to? With the Four of Wands, like, what are you devoted to? Celebration. Four of Wands is the minor arcana marriage card, right? It's what are you devoted to? What have you celebrated? What do you love? What will be a joy coming into your life and stepping into your existence? Surrender to it. It's not saying, okay, this is going to be my existence and it's somebody else making all the choices. It is surrendering to following bliss, not in a reckless way, but to saying happiness, love gets to guide me and it gets to lead me forward. And it brings us then to, what do you need to release? And this is reverse. So we're holding on to something. We're holding on to something as we're moving forward, and moving forward in a little bit of a reckless way. And then it's patience. So having patience with yourself as you learn what you have to release in order to let things come forward. I'm just seeing, okay, so you know when a little kid is eating a peanut butter sandwich, right? And they're just covered in peanut butter. And I don't know about you, but me, I'm like, oh, let's clear that up, or don't touch your shirt, or like, let's stop. And it's like, let them get messy. Here, let it be messy. I mean, not messy like a lot of drama, chaos, whatever, but like messy like a peanut butter sandwich and a 4-year-old, right? So here, let it be messy. It can be cleaned up. It can be straightened up later. But let yourself be in the moment now and let it be messy. Let it be messy and also let it be fun. Have you ever just watched a kid eat a peanut butter sandwich and they're like thoroughly enjoying it? Oh, also a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Oh, those are really messy. Also delicious. Okay. And then we have Aries energy. We have the Emperor. It's self-love. And then it's interesting, we have the new moon in Cancer reversed. It says you and your loved ones are safe. Embracing self-love is coming forward, but you don't feel secure for one reason or another. And it can be that you're embracing the Emperor mode because it's like, this is what I have to take care of, right? I have to make sure everything's safe. I have to make sure everything is working this way or that way. And so Spirit is saying here, listen, move forward in self-love, move forward in love, and it will protect, and it will guide, and it will lead things forward in a way you hadn't anticipated. Okay? You're not going to know for certain that everything is just a certain way, and that's going to be okay. It is. Work through your fears. This is reverse with the masculine energy of the moon coming forward. We can feel much more comfortable seeing the moon's energy as a feminine force, okay? Acknowledging that, fine. But needing to connect with the sacred masculine in order to receive the Ace of Pentacles, or in order to receive the full extent of the gifts that are being offered to us. It's a simple meditation of slowing it down, of breathing in, and chanting to ourselves, sacred masculine, sacred masculine, sacred masculine. What does that mean? Slowing it down, breathing it in, chanting sacred feminine, sacred feminine, sacred feminine. Which one felt safer? Seeing what the sacred feminine means, but which one felt safer? Which one felt more right? And sitting with that. And it's like, okay, why? Why? Why am I denying myself half of me? For we are the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine come together. Now, this is the new moon in Scorpio. Disconnected a bit with our own Scorpio energy, working through our fears. A Scorpio is not meant to stay in fear. People can be afraid of a Scorpio, sure, but we're not afraid of ourselves. So here, working through your fears and knowing that's a huge part of your personality. That can also be what unnerves people, so just be aware of that. It's a time to give rather than take. It is. It's a time in the law of attraction to give rather than take. Give into the universe what you want. Give of kindness, of compassion, of love, of connection, and see what it's attracting forward. But look at the energy that you're giving outward, that you're letting out into the universe, whether consciously or not consciously. What are you afraid of? What's holding you back? What's keeping you small? Whether we know it or not, our fears, they give off vibrational energy. And so it can be like, this is my worst nightmare, this is my worst fear, but we find ourselves thinking about it, multiple times a day. It's like, no. It's time to give to the universe the positive energy vibration. It's not toxic positivity. It's not saying I never get to be afraid, but it is saying my fears do not get to rule me anymore. I do not have to live as if I will never have. And that's going to be really important, as if my wishes, my soul's alignment is never going to come true. So just be mindful about this, because I can see it in myself, and I can see it in people I read for. I can see it in people in my world, people that come to me. It's like, you're living your fear. It's like, I don't want that to happen. And it's like, okay, well then take that fear off the table. Take that fear off the table. And people might say, okay, it's being a little bit Pollyanna-ish. And yeah, okay, fine. But to see the beauty in the world, when you're more than aware of the ugliness of it, oh, that's a strength most people never have. So they can mock it, but that's because they're too afraid to even understand it. Our subconscious spirit message is goddess. I love that. Connect with the goddess energy. However that manifests in your life, whether it be Esther or the Virgin Mary or whomever, connect with the goddess energy in your existence, in your life. Let yourself raise in it. Let yourself be connected with the sacred feminine. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is the crown chakra. And this is spiritual awakening. There is insight and knowledge coming to us, opening up the door, guiding us forward. It's really beautiful. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is rebirth. Just like rebirth in the chakra energy with the earth star chakra, we're afraid of the change that is coming. Why? I do see it as it's being like a little kid eating a peanut butter and honey sandwich. It's messy. It's going to be messy. It's going to take away our beautiful, crisp corners of a dream. But isn't a dream meant to be realized? And as soon as it starts to come into the world, it's going to be messy. It just is. Our subconscious spirit message, tarot message, is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If we have this energy in our chart, if we have this energy in our lives, this is going to be a person and an energy that trips us up, right? It's not nurturing. It's going to be like, well, just do it. Just go. Just figure it out type of thing. And that's going to be very important for us as well. It might not be the energy vibration we want to be around, but I do see this as giving us that push or kind of tripping us up a little bit to look around and be like, well, I was going to say screw you, but yeah, I mean, why not just say it? There we go. That's what's coming forward. And it's like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to succeed even if you think I can't. Our subconscious Luna message is your dreams deserve a practical plan and darkness. Getting a practical plan for your dreams from now until the new moon. That's going to be really important. And then seeing those practical plans move you forward. Being like, okay, step 1, what am I going to do? Step 2, what am I going to do? How am I moving this? How am I moving forward in this? How am I connecting with this? That's going to be the game changer here. And that's going to be very powerful and very beautiful for us. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this full moon and of ourselves. And know that the meditation that we are going to do will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Scorpio, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And happy holidays. And have a blessed moon. Bye.